Hey, welcome to the Slime Zone.
Thank you.
Nice socks, dumbass.
Yeah, bitch. I wore them because fuck you.
Good reason.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
You're mad at them.
I'm not mad at them. I'm just surprised I'm taking them
You're
back.
triggered by them.
I am triggered.
If anyone didn't know, these are the socks.
Yeah, let's get to work, huh?
Sure.
I'm Michael, you're Jesse.
Sure am.
It's an AI-based episode. Once again, we love artificial intelligence, and we're running out of ideas, frankly. I don't know what... This podcast doesn't have a hook, I realized.
You're right.
There's no hook. We're not a hook, because like a celebrity doing a podcast, the hook is them.
They can do anything, yeah.
A random person doing a podcast, there has to be a thing that it's about to be the hook. We don't have either of those things.
Well, we've been in an extended exploratory phase to find our hook.
I'll say so.
And you think this is maybe one?
Well, I mean, I consider the hook episode to episode.
Yeah.
Because I'm so fickle. I like doing different stuff. I like playing around. This is a playhouse of sorts.
It's a playhouse of sorts.
It's a slimy playground for our ideas. And I think AI is a hook in and of itself. Do I want to make the podcast entirely about playing with AI in the future? No, not necessarily, because I still want to do funny stuff like make our friends eat eggs and cum and
right.
You know, talk about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we can use AI to at least help us find our niche.
I see.
You know what I'm talking about?
We can use AI to get out of relying on it.
I think AI is being underutilized, you know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do. No one knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really smart.
It's
the other
crazy.
day, I asked it about my hot water heater. I said my hot water heater isn't working too good. And it told me to get a new one.
Did you do it?
No.
Are you gonna?
I will have to eventually.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's on the fritz. It told me to
fucking
drain it.
sucks.
I thought I needed to drain it. It said drain it and then
Just let it run.
we'll refill it and then yeah. I'm going to do that. You're supposed to do that. It's maintenance. But it's a 10-year-old water heater. This sucks. This is boring. I'm going to cut this out. I'm not going to cut it out.
Yeah, I know.
I love talking about my appliances. All right, shit dog. Well, let's get into what we're going to really do here.
All right.
We're going to talk to AI today. We're going to ask AI specifically what the fuck we should be doing. Literally, because we need to go viral.
Yeah.
We need to level up.
It's a matter of survival.
Yeah, we're on borrowed time. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up without viral success.
Chaz.
Let him get in there.
There you go, my boy.
He's mounted his throne.
Very good.
So yeah, what I'm proposing is look at him.
That's great.
He's a cute little
It's
dumbass.
good for views.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cute baby.
Cute baby boy.
He's an old baby.
He's my big monkey man.
You're into that.
I like saying that. Let's get into our AI-based segment.
Welcome to the Slime Zone.
ChatGPT 4 has this chat feature that I showed you
You
earlier.
pay for it.
Right? Yeah, pay for it. I'm a psycho.
Thanks.
I just started doing that
Okay.
because I'm trying to get with the times. Also, I've mainly wanted to generate images
Mm-hmm.
to help me create thumbnails.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can chat with it in real time, which is psycho. It's almost Joaquin Phoenix level.
Her stuff.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
It feels it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. Not quite as, arousing.
Yeah, they stop. They rip that out of your hands.
Yeah, they really censor the heck out of it. But we can still have fun with it. So yeah, what I'm proposing is we ask it to direct us in a way that will curate a viral moment for social media. Because that's how podcasts get traction these
Pretty
days.
much.
Gotta go viral. So without further ado, should I just open up the conversation? We'll just get started?
Definitely.
All right. Hi. My name's Michael. I'm sitting here with my friend Jesse, and we are currently recording an episode of our podcast called The Slime Zone. We don't really have a hook. It's just us talking about silly things, and it's been going all right. so far. We've done about 24, 25 episodes, and we've had a few, decent clips go slightly viral on Instagram. But we're looking to level up. We feel like we're missing something. We feel like we're starting to get desperate, and we want to curate a viral moment that will blow us up. And we are hoping you can direct us and tell us what we should do to go viral. We're recording this right now, so whatever you tell us to do, we're going to do it right away. And we're going to try, we want to try at least a few different things, and then I'll clip them out when we're done. Just trying to be thorough. Anyway, tell us your thoughts. Thanks.
That's good.
Hi, Michael, and hello to Jesse as well. It's great to hear about the Slime Center podcast and your adventures in creating content. Going viral involves a mix of creativity, timing, and a bit of luck. But there are definitely some strategies you can try to increase your chances. Since you're open to experimenting, let's brainstorm a few ideas you could try right now. 1. Create a unique challenge or game. People love watching others engage in fun, quirky challenges. Think of a game or challenge that ties into the theme of your podcast, the Slime Center. The key is to make it unique to your show, something viewers won't see anywhere else. Since your podcast is about silly things, you could overanalyze a trend in a humorous way or combine trends in an unexpected manner. Even a short guest appearance or shout out in your episode can introduce you to a new audience. The collaboration should be engaging, like a quick debate, a funny Q&A, or a joint challenge. Make it something memorable that people will want to share with others. The more unique and personal, the better. 5, live interaction. If possible, do a segment of your podcast live on Instagram or another platform. Interact with your audience in real time, asking them for suggestions on what you should talk about or do next. Live interactions can sometimes lead to unexpected and viral moments. Remember, the key to a viral moment is authenticity and enjoyment. If you're having fun and being yourselves, your audience will feel it.
Whoa. So I never thought about, like, while we're recording, we go live. We're fielding, I don't know, obviously I haven't thought this through, but it's interesting to be recording and then you go live and then they see the fact that they were on the live stream culminate in the outcome.
Right. Now, that'd be very fun if we had a live audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the problem.
Why do we need to go viral first?
Yeah. Juniper, we don't disagree. We like the idea of going live, but we just don't have the audience for it quite yet. So we want to take a different approach. First off, let me correct you. The podcast is called The Slime Zone, not The Slime Center. And you are live with us right now. To be clear, I want to make sure that's clear. And we're looking for specific instructions that we can execute right now. Can you tell us specifically what we should do right now in front of our cameras and recording devices? That will be fun and wacky.
It's good.
Oh, my apologies for getting the name wrong.
Yeah.
And welcome to everyone tuning in from the Slime Zone. Let's dive into something fun and specific you can do right now. Here's an idea. Slime Telepathy Challenge. Since your podcast is the Slime Zone, let's use the theme of slime for a unique interactive challenge you can do live.
Okay.
1 setup. Prepare 2 bowls of homemade slime. Hopefully you have the ingredients handy or something suitably messy. Each of you, Michael and Jesse, sit at a table with a bowl hidden from the other's view. 2, challenge. The goal is to use telepathy to make the same thing out of the slime. Decide on a few rounds.
That's cool.
Like shaping the slime into an animal, a word, or an abstract shape. Count down and start shaping your slimes without letting the other see what you're doing. 3, reveal and reaction. After a minute or so, do a big reveal to each other and your audience. The fun part is seeing if you both ended up creating anything similar or wildly different. This will make them feel part of the action.
Interrupting. Her idea is for us to make sculptures out of slime and try and guess what each other's making.
Yeah, like we both have a slime of sorts. a moldable slime. And then I guess it's like, okay, make a thing that reminds you of Sunday.
Oh.
And then you see, like, if we landed the same,
okay.
same answer. That's what I'm gleaning from it.
Yeah, sculpt Sunday, and maybe we both make a church out of slime.
Right. Yeah, and then maybe I do a Trader Joe's.
Right. Yeah. Oh, good.
Always
That's good.
that.
That's our church, basically.
Our church.
All right. Well,
but it necessitates having.
Yeah, and we gotta
a setting and everything.
We need to paint a picture here that she's not saying.
Yes. So maybe we should make clear, like, what can we do verbally?
Yeah, it's
two people in a room talking. What's possible?
All right. Hey, so here's the thing. You're not quite getting the picture. We're just sitting in a room right now, a few feet apart from each other, and we don't have access to slime or cooking materials. Honestly, we're not really looking to even get out of our seats. We're just talking. And so I guess what we're looking for is some sort of prompt from you about what to discuss or say, or a game that we can play. If you tell us to do it, we'll do it. It's in your hands. We are but your puppets, and we have no original thoughts of our own. So just tell us what to do, please, and don't make us get up. We don't want to have to go to the kitchen and get stuff to make slime with.
Jesus Christ.
I understand you're looking for something you can do right on the spot without needing to move around or gather materials. Let's focus on a verbal game or discussion that can spark interest and engagement directly from your conversation space. The challenge for the listener is to identify the one true fact among the falsehoods. How to play. 1, preparation. Each of you thinks of a topic you know well or are interested in. Okay. Then come up with 3 to 4 statements about that topic.
This could be good.
All but one should be completely fabricated, and one should be surprisingly true. 2, presentation. Take turns presenting your statements to each other and your listeners. Try to keep a straight face and deliver each statement as convincingly as possible. You can discuss why you think that's the case, adding a bit of reasoning or bluffing to make it more interesting. 4, reveal and discuss. Reveal which statement was true and share a bit more about the fact.
Right.
It's a great opportunity to surprise each other.
I think we're looking for something more succinct.
Yeah.
Can you recommend something else that's just way simpler, shorter, just one idea, just something right off the bat that we can just do immediately? No preparation. Just tell us what to do, please. We're so lost. We're so confused.
Absolutely. Let's simplify. How about you both share the most unexpected compliment you've ever received?
Oh,
it's straightforward, requires no prep, and can lead into some really interesting stories or discussions about why those compliments stood out to you.
That's good.
I like that.
We can do that.
I'll do it.
All right. Juniper, do you know yours?
No. But
I can find maybe a handful.
What's unexpected? Oh, I do. Well, I mean, it's not an unexpected compliment, but it came from an unexpected source.
Counts.
Going through airport security, TSA. You know, I may have told you this at some point.
I don't
think
so.
So funny to me. Everyone's dealt with the TSA. You know, usually not the most cheerful, personable bunch. In fact, I think, like, by definition, you got to be a little antisocial to be a TSA agent.
Yes, and then also sometimes they're all like stand-up comedians.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on what day of the week and what airport. It's really a grab bag. I'd say, like, you know, 4 to 5 times they're like, you know, barely functional, you know, automatons.
Yeah, I know.
who relish in
I know it.
in belittling you. They get so annoyed, so obvious to them what you're supposed to do, but people who don't travel every week, every month, going through airport security, and the rules are fucking different everywhere.
Yes.
Airport to airport, city to city, like, sometimes they enforce shit, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're dickheads about the liquid thing, sometimes they don't care at all. Some scanners require you to take your shit out.
Right.
And new ones don't. So like it's confusing.
It is.
But like most TSA agents will just roast the shit out of you if you are confused.
If you ask a question, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
which is unacceptable.
True.
But then again, they're probably paid below minimum wage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just assuming. At any rate, I was going through airport security, and I was wearing a hat, probably this hat, going through the metal detector, the thing where you put your arms up like this.
Yeah.
And I step out, and they're like, stop right there.
I know.
Exactly. I was very like the thing I'm about to lunge.
I know.
And this very stern, older gentleman, looks like he's a no BS type of guy.
Needed to give you a pat down?
Not this time.
Okay.
I do usually get patted down.
Yeah.
Usually get my balls fondled.
Me too.
Which I love.
With the back of the hand.
Yeah. And they're always so apologetic, and I'm like, this is fine.
They're like, do you want a private? I'm like, no.
How is that better? Just
in front of everybody.
with
Anyway.
my full erect cock out. Sorry, I have a boner. That would set the metal detector off or whatever.
Okay, so
Anyway, yeah.
not patting down.
Nope, no pat down, but I'm wearing the hat, and they make you take your hat off because
Right.
they got to look inside it.
Yes.
So he asked me to take my hat off, and I do, and I show him the inside, and he just looks at me. He gives me a very hard look. He doesn't say anything. For about 3 seconds, I'm standing there. Easily 3 seconds of just this tense moment where he's just scrutinizing me. I'm holding my hat out.
Yeah.
And he just says very curtly, "You have great hair."
Just so straightforward.
That was it.
That's
and that was
nice.
the most flattering compliment I've gotten on my hair I think I've ever received, coming from this unlikely source.
Yeah, well,
Like the least, it was the most unexpected compliment.
he probably took it the most to heart.
Truly, like that was not a guy who hands out compliments.
He's got no stake in this, and yet
he had no incentive to flatter me.
No.
Our business was already concluded.
right.
Also, he just did not look like the type. He didn't even say it in a flattering way. He said it so matter of fact too.
You have nice hair.
He didn't say, "I love your hair," which is like a very subjective comment.
Right.
He said, "You have great hair." And I loved it. It really made my day.
It's good. I say compliments when they come to mind to people for this reason.
That's great. I should do that more. I don't think I do that enough.
Yeah.
It just complimenting people doesn't really come naturally to me. I'm too insecure.
Well, it feels off limits. Like, okay, for example, I last night I was all hitting the town all over the place.
Well,
I was
you're bopping
everywhere
around.
last night.
Mm-hmm.
You saw me. If you saw me out there.
He's out.
I was out with my friend. I was out with a few friends, and one of them, their partner was with him, hanging out with us, and I hadn't really met her before. And we were chatting, it was great. I was getting to know her, and I was like, internally, I was like, you have an amazing beaming smile. And I didn't say it because I was like, I don't want her to feel like, oh, like your friend Jesse like gets a little, is suspect because of that compliment. But it's just like,
You didn't want her to think you were being overly flattering.
yeah. And that clearly, like, even you're like, well, that doesn't seem like it would be much of a problem, because it probably isn't. But that's partially what I think about when I don't give compliments. It's like, oh, sometimes you come off as like, you don't want to come off as like creepy or like ulterior motives or like buttering someone up or like crossing a boundary because
Sure.
Yeah,
that could give you pause, I suppose. I don't think it should.
I don't think it should either.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever a good reason not to offer a sincere compliment if it's sincere. Because they can think that, but you're not trying to get anything out of it. And I think once that becomes apparent, it really sinks in. Like, oh, that was very kind.
Yes. And if someone has a problem with you giving them a compliment that is in good faith, you're not their friend, probably. If you're going to be like, hey, you're pretty, or you are smart, or you have great hair, or whatever, and they're going to be like, thanks, then it's like, all right, cool. We were never going to get along.
Yeah, how does that work? Fuck you.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
But the people who are like, oh my God, so sweet, love that, great, glad you said it, thank you, they're probably normal people that you'll like.
I'd like to think so.
How's that for a compliment? A little thumb lick.
Yeah, I'm getting slurped up.
I liked that.
It brings to mind an episode of Drake and Josh. You've seen the show?
I have.
You've seen the
I've
show where
program.
Drake's mom is trying to teach Josh how to get dates. It's the episode where Drake and Josh are competing to see who can get the most dates.
When their parents get in on the challenge.
I'm pretty sure that's it. Well, Drake is crushing.
Right.
And then Josh's mom steps in and coaches Josh a little bit. And they're sitting at the premiere, the movie theater.
That's right.
And there's, some hot bimbo getting popcorn. And Drake's mom tells Josh to just go over and give her a compliment and then walk away. Just walk away.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And he's like, what are you talking about? That's not going to work. I'm supposed to ask her out. She's like, just trust me. So, he skulks over there. He's like, hey, I like your shoes. And she's like, thanks. Like the way you just said it.
Oh.
And he just walks back to the table. And then she's like looking over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she walks over and she's like, hey, why didn't you hit on me? Like, I like your shoes. You have nice shoes. And she's like, okay, well, you want to go out sometime?
Oh my God. Awesome.
Basically.
Try that.
That's easy. I've never forgotten that.
That is,
that changed my life.
Yeah. For
I'm still a
Drake and
virgin.
Josh.
Yeah.
That's a weirdly sensible piece
I
of advice.
agree. Drake and Josh had some moments like that. Dan Schneider totally,
could be a good
he
guy.
fell off the wagon shortly after that. But yeah, he could be a good guy. Well, I haven't seen it, but there's this new documentary that just came out.
I think it finally came like 2 days ago, right?
I think so.
Gotta watch
yeah.
it, yeah.
It's mostly about some dialogue coach or something who raped Drake Bell, allegedly.
Yeah.
But
Heard about
I'm sure they talk about Dan Schneider in there. I can't wait. I gotta watch
It's
it.
juicy. Yeah.
There it is. That's my unexpected compliment.
Beautiful. Great.
You got one?
Yeah. So on tour last year, there was, we were playing in Columbus and I was opening for a band called Under the Rug. Maybe you know them. And at this point, it was very clear, like, oh, those are the BP fans, the Basic Printer fans. Those are the Under the Rug fans.
In the audience?
Yeah.
Or like just at the venue?
Yeah, like I would mostly either know them personally. Like I'd be looking out and be like, those 12 people, I know their names. I recognize their faces from Instagram or something.
Right.
/ if not that, it would be like, those 2 people over there, the way they're dressed, definitely Basic Printer fans and not Under the Rug fans. Whatever. But for the most part, it was like clear. So there was one person who was just like fully lean, like during my set, like almost
Just,
the whole time.
Like at the front of the stage.
Towards the front.
Just like ready to gargle.
Ready to bounce. Ready to gargle my Sonics.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
PG.
My Sonics.
It's a PG comment.
It is. And I was like, that seems like an Under the Rug fan and not a Basic Printer fan. But I don't know. Aesthetically.
Interesting.
And also, there's context clues. Like the friend she was with, it was like, this seems like an Under the Rug group. Yeah, then at some point she came up, or it was like it's merch table or something, and she was like, you are like my fucking whole vibe, dude. Like, you are pure charisma. And I was like,
pure charisma.
Whoa.
Wow. You are dripping with sex.
And then she's like, I followed you on fucking Spotify. Like, I'm going to be listening. I was like, great. But my whole vibe walking into this tour was, I don't know. I historically feel, I don't know that this is true of me, but I feel a little cloistered, a little self-conscious historically in my life.
Sure.
And everyone does.
Well, it's one way to feel that way. It's another to look that way.
Exactly. And then also I like look at myself play shows sometimes on like videos or just think about what I'm doing a year later. And I'm like,
right.
Oh, like
fuck
why do
that
I
guy.
do this? Yeah. Like, why do I do this way? Like, I need to change things. I should stop doing this. I should start doing this. I should be like suaver, cooler, chiller, like, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
My motions are too jerky. I need to stabilize.
Yeah. Why am I fucking going on a terrible like stand-up comedian thing between every song? You know what I mean? Or whatever. But the point is, it's like that's what's going through my head. And then someone's just like, you are so charismatic. It's like that's great.
Yeah, that's impactful.
Unexpected for me for that reason.
Right.
But then I would tell people, because I got, glimmers of stuff like that all throughout the tour. And then I tell people, like, well, yeah, you're the front man, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, in other people's mind, it's like, well, you're on tour and on stage and you're a musician and you're running the show.
So you ought to be charismatic? Is that the idea?
Well, that should expect compliments or adoration.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But to me, that is not mutually
That's not
exclusive.
a guarantee. Yeah. I mean,
I could still fuck up that piece.
absolutely.
So I appreciated that. Compliments are good.
Compliments are good.
I like to get them, and I like to give them. It feels almost better to give them, even.
It makes the world go round. It's a little Christmas every day, sprinkled into your day.
It is.
Give a compliment, receive a compliment.
It's a verbal hookup.
Goddamn right it is.
That was great.
Oh, you liked that?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I'm going to boost the shit out of this.
Boost it. She's one of my favorite. Yeah.
That's your voice that you do.
That's my pet voice.
Oh my gosh, look at this little baby.
Yeah, last thought on compliments real quick.
Uh-huh.
It's like verbally hooking up. I mean, you could argue it's like, okay, like a come on. Like being like, oh, I'm flirting with you overtly. Like that's like verbally hooking up. But a compliment's kind of like giving someone a little back massage for like a second.
It's like a transaction. I mean, sex is a transaction.
It's there you're giving and taking. It's a mutual give and take.
It's a mutually pleasurable experience.
Yeah. I give you this, I get this out of it, and vice versa.
I like that. I like looking at it that way.
Me too.
I hooked up with the cashier at
I
Kroger.
said she looked nice.
She said I had good lips.
And I
That's
said,
kind of salacious.
yeah, that's getting right to the line and being like,
the size of your nostrils, just perfect.
yeah.
You have perfectly sized nostrils. That's a good compliment. Never heard that, but that
Never
would be an
heard it.
unexpected compliment.
There you go.
The space between your eyebrows,
Love that shit.
immaculate.
Yeah.
I love the whites of your eyes.
Yeah. Just fringe compliments.
Yeah, like just like studying the contours of your dimples are pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good. Good. I like the bridge of your nose, bitch.
Thanks. I like my nose.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I like my nose. Hey, calm down. It's fine.
I like it. It's not great.
I think
I'm role playing.
I think I understand. I think I have a bigger nose on the side of bigger.
Yeah, on the character creation screen,
It's above the Unity.
they just notched it up a smidge.
And a lot of people have issues with having a big nose.
It's popular corrective surgery.
Yeah. And maybe it's a perk of being a white guy, but I feel like my nose befits me.
Oh yeah, it's not really.
I think if it were smaller, I'd be like, I would look weird.
Maybe. I know several guys who've had nose jobs.
Wow. I
Yeah.
don't know a single one.
I think you got to be deeply insecure to get that.
Oh my gosh.
I know lots of people in general who have either had or want, think they need nose jobs.
Me too, actually. Right. Probably the only plastic surgery amongst my peers that I'm aware of. Like, I don't know anyone that's gotten a boob job, for example. To my knowledge.
I know one person.
I guess I do know
looks
one
terrible. Which is, again, like, I can't say this enough. Do what you want with your body.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
you feel like you gotta get that surgery to feel good about yourself. Do it. It's a free country, but the worst trend in plastic surgery right now is lip filler, I think.
Yeah. It's not to my preference.
I just never think it looks great. Like when you can tell that it's been done, I feel like that's like that indicates that it looks artificial, which how is that desirable?
It's self-fulfilling.
And plus it feels like such a trend too. Like I feel like in 5 years, everyone who got lip filler is going to be getting it sucked out because it's like the shoulder pads of facial plastic surgery. Do you know what I mean?
Shoulder pads.
Well, shoulder pads were in vogue in the 80s.
Now, like in a suit jacket?
Yeah, for women.
Okay, yeah.
Right, yeah, like all women's
Angelica's mom.
just lots of exactly. That was a look.
Yeah.
And now it's ridiculous. Now it's like you buy thrifted clothes and they got shoulder pads in them. The first thing you do is rip them out. Because now it looks slappable now. That's how I feel like lip filler is going to be in a couple of years. I keep seeing girls get lip filler who just don't need it. Some girls, maybe they sincerely feel like they need lip filler and it looks good. I'm not saying it can't look good, but the cases where I notice it is like where someone has a great face and then they get lip filler and then they look completely different and not in a good way. And the entire fucking cast of every reality TV show does it.
I know. You're right about that.
It's just perpetuating this ridiculous beauty standard that I don't even like. Beauty standards are supposed to benefit the opposite sex, right? Like, who are you doing this for?
Right.
Don't do it for me. Don't do it for anybody but you.
Yes.
Obviously.
And if that's what you need, no shame. Please do what you need to feel great about yourself.
Yeah.
There's a book called The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf. Pretty established.
It's a badass name.
Naomi.
I'm just
Wolf.
gonna drop that right now.
Yeah, and I read it, bought it at McKay's,
Nice.
a while back, years ago, and it's about all this. It's kind of about like all of the shit, the whole culture and industry of makeup, plastic surgery, quote unquote, which corrective is even a weird name.
Yeah, corrective
Plastic surgery.
suggests that there's it's an impedance
Right.
to your life.
Right.
Like if you have like a fucked up knee, you get corrective surgery.
Right.
I don't know if people call it that, but
Yeah, me either. But yeah, this whole idea of like poisoning you and selling you the cure kind of thing.
yeah, very much.
Right. Like the answer to all this is just don't feel like you need to go to such lengths to feel good about how you look.
Right.
But that's a deeply embedded cultural issue.
Yeah.
And it's a sexual issue. It's like you said, a gendered thing and
I feel like it's a
power thing.
Yeah, I think there are multiple reasons why people might get plastic surgery, which I'm not saying is bad in a blanket way. Like I'm not anti-plastic surgery,
Right.
but the stuff like lip filler and breast implants, on certain women, like to me, and there's just no way for me to talk about this and not sound like an asshole. But like body dysmorphia is a very real thing, and I think it's a symptom of body dysmorphia in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Some girls I went to high school with, who were just naturally gorgeous, and then they turn 25 and they get all this plastic surgery all at once, and they age instantly 15 years, and they look terrible. It just it bothers me. It makes me. It confuses me. That's the main thing. The motives disturb me. I'm gonna cut all of this out.
Have you ever actually cut it out?
Oh yeah, a lot of times.
I
don't know.
When you've said it.
No.
Okay, so every time you say I'm going to cut this out, 100% of the time it stays in.
So far, yes. I do cut lots of stuff out.
That's funny.
But usually when I say I'm going to cut it out, I don't. I think because by saying I'm going to cut it out, I feel like I'm exonerating myself.
Right, like, oh, right.
Right, like,
He knows
oh, yeah, no, I feel like I knew that was bad. I shouldn't have said that.
Right. But you're saying something many people feel and also have the lucidity and empathy about the situation, yet feel like they can't. You're talking about something pretty normal and not that controversial.
Oh, that's reassuring. I got to keep reiterating. I think you should be able to do whatever you want with your body. I really do.
Yeah.
Includes plastic surgery. And I don't think all plastic surgery is bad. I mean, if you're born with just like a insane nose, like it's a life hurdle. Like your nose, you have Mario's nose, but you have like Princess Peach's face.
Right, and it's like maybe you are secure in it, but the world is not, and so you get treated differently.
Right. It's fine to be insecure about it too. I think that's okay. I don't think it's like a sickness to be insecure about a body part that you can't help. If you can just make peace with it and learn to love yourself, I think that's great. You know, that's perhaps the best way to go about it, perhaps. But also, like, if it's a harmless surgery that's going to make you feel better about yourself and improve your quality of life, I don't see why you wouldn't do it. But if you've got like great natural looking tits, you know, and like naturally full lips, and then you drop however many thousands of dollars to make your tits look more comical and fake, and you balloon your lips up to the point where it looks like you get stung by a bee, and now you are conventionally attractive according to modern beauty standards, you know, reality TV, Instagram-esque shit. That's just can't abide.
It's just not your speed.
It's not my speed. It's not my speed.
It's not your speed.
I'm a 4-speed. That's a 6-speed.
I don't think that's my speed either.
Yeah.
Again, not that everyone has to comport to our preferences.
Yeah, we're just two assholes. No one's even listening to this. We're just talking into the void.
Every girl I've ever dated has looked exactly the same.
Has looked exactly the same.
Have I told you about this?
No, what are you talking about?
Every girl I've dated is pale, brunette, vision impaired.
Those three things.
Bookish, clinically anxious.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's your type.
Yep.
It's compatible with you. Or is it compatible?
It's incompatible. Because that worked out great. No, it's a trap I keep falling into.
Yeah, try going out with a vivacious, outgoing bimbo. Try it. Try it. See what happens.
I need to get into the lip filler.
Lip filler crowd.
Yes.
Get on Love is Blind.
You imagine me on there?
I'd love that. I think that they would have you for the contrast.
I would need to play some shit up, you know, to get in.
I don't think so.
You think I just play the straight man of like, yeah, well,
that's not how you are.
Right.
You were about to do a character. I think you authentically, for sure, a great contrast. There's always at least one sober person.
And you think I would be that?
Yeah, or maybe you're not the sober person. Maybe you're the fucking drama queen. I don't know. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen. They always manipulate you into breaking down.
Yeah, which I'm manipulable,
I think,
as you know, better than most.
I think they'd get you
when it comes to romance.
Yeah.
I can be foiled like that.
Those producers are sharks. They're gonna identify your insecurities. There's like a room full of producers like watching this shit go down with like bugs in each other's ears, and like they will scrutinize you. And they're gonna figure out what set of circumstances they need to deploy to get you to do something either horribly scandalous or have an emotional breakdown.
Right.
And if you seem resistant to those tactics, or you're not a good foil for someone else who is, they just won't have you.
Right.
Like, they'll bring you on, but you won't actually make the cut.
Right.
So, anyway, I'm just saying, don't rule yourself out. I think you have a better chance than I do.
All right. You're too
I feel like I'm too reserved.
Too reserved. I get that. Yeah.
When it comes
I would
to
play
romance.
ball maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I'd love to do that. Maybe we'll do an episode of The Slime Zone where we literally just do Love is Blind.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Can we do some reality show? Yeah. We could do like a microcosmic thing of that, right?
I'd like that. I put it on my list of ideas.
We should get like new, like I met 2 new people last night, basically. I hung out with 2 people for the first time in person for an extended amount. Like it should be like they're fresh. How do we put a bunch of people in here that are kind of fresh, relatively, but still comfortable to do it?
Drag them into this room.
Yes, and kill them.
Yeah.
And put them through some funny game.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Just like having guests on, but they're actually just people we really don't know that well, who we just found.
Yeah, to try to approximate the sort of reality show premise.
Oh, so kind of like practice some reality show dating game type things.
Yeah.
On Love is Blind.
I haven't even seen Love is Blind.
They just, they put them in the pods, they call them, and they just date between a wall.
Right.
They just hear each other, and then, there's like drama leading up to that process. And then, they propose through the wall after dating a few different people. They pick someone and propose to them. And then like later in the season, they always bring the rejects in and it's always a pool party. So everyone's like in swimsuits and shit. And they also, should be stated, Love is Blind almost exclusively casts hot people.
Right.
Which defeats the purpose.
Right.
If they brought in a genuinely ugly person, that would be interesting. With like a heart of gold. But someone who's just like frightening to look at. They've never done that. And that's probably a good ethical thing. But it seems like they only bring in really just ripped, dumb looking guys and Instagram girls, and they're all rich. Always. That's a criteria. You got to be rich and good looking, and then you're eligible for one of those shows. Usually, there's always a few. There's usually a few exceptions, but in that way, maybe neither of us would qualify.
You need people that will play the game.
Yeah, you need them to take part in the experiment. You're not allowed to call it a TV show or a game. It's an experiment. That's the language they use.
I have a question for you. I know we're getting off, but it's good, maybe.
Yes.
Spinning off.
I want to get another question
Me
at
too.
some point. But.
Me too. As the older I get, the more I'm like, ugly is a very harsh term. Like, to be considered ugly in my mind, it's like hard for me to imagine. I feel like most people I encounter, I'm like, you are cute at some level. Like I feel like in my younger years, it was like more binary. Like here are like the pretty people, here are the ugly. Nowadays, I'm like, there's a redeeming physical trait in everyone. Somewhere. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard to be like, this person is wholly unattractive to me.
Well, I think, as we get older, personality factors in more and more. I can see an attractive person. I can perceive them as ugly if they are just a piece of shit to talk to and be around. You know what I mean?
I do.
Like it actually like changes the way I see them. I'm like Shallow Hal. You seen Shallow Hal?
Of course.
I'm like that. I see people for how they are on the inside.
You have a tail. Oh, got it.
What about a tail?
George
Costanza,
the actor, is in that.
Well, he's like Jack Black's best friend. Yeah.
It's a known fact throughout it that his vertebrae has slightly extended.
He's a vestigial tail.
It's like a little tail.
I forget that. Yeah.
Anyway, I was making a joke because I thought you were like, I'm like Shallow Hal. Oh, you have a tail? Yeah, you see people how they are on the inside.
Right. Yeah, I see Gwyneth Paltrow as Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
And not her in a fat suit.
Right. Pretty sensible.
Which is the real Gwyneth Paltrow.
Right, exactly. Anyway.
I guess we're done with that line of discourse.
Yeah, she was right. She listened to us about our needs and she sent us on a journey.
She sure did. Well, let's bring her in for
Let's do it again.
Another prompt, preferably. Hey, Juniper. We just did that. We did the surprising compliments thing, and we had a great little conversation about it. We've got some more time left to kill. We're hoping if you can throw us another prompt.
Fantastic to hear that worked out well. Here's another quick and engaging idea for you. The If I Weren't Here game. Each of you takes a moment to ponder and then share what you'd be doing right now if you weren't recording the podcast. It's a great way to explore alternate realities and can lead to some humorous or insightful discussions. Give it a go and see where it takes you.
Okay, I think I have my answer.
I'm sure it's cut and dry, but do tell.
Why is that?
You're very predictable.
Then, all right, I'll let you guess.
I assume if you weren't here, you'd either be at Trader Joe's right now, or McKay's, or packing orders, or jerking off or something.
All eligible, all extremely likely.
Yeah.
There's one you didn't say, which came to my mind that you're going to be like, oh, I missed that one. Which is, if I were not here, I would probably be trying out for the first time the hot yoga studio down the street.
From your house?
From my house. Next to Sunflower.
Never would have guessed that.
Well, yoga, just doing yoga.
A yoga-based activity?
Yeah. If you said doing yoga, I'd be like, yeah.
Is Sunday for yoga?
Well, any day could be yoga. But usually on a Saturday or Sunday morning to early afternoon that I'm free, that's usually a prime yoga time.
I see. Thought I was going to throw up.
I know.
No offense, not related to you. I just do this new thing where I throw up.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
Well, that's not surprising.
No.
That's good.
And it would be good. I want to go to this studio because it's very close, and it might be more motivating to do more of it.
Uh-huh. Is it expensive? Do you know?
I don't know yet.
They'll probably jerk you off for free the first time.
It's typically, or there might be like a monthly sort of thing.
Like a gym membership.
There might be like a come all you want for X a month.
It's a come all you want buffet.
And the thing is, I've frequented yoga studios before, and you don't really meet people. I guess I could, but yoga specifically, it's like sit down, shut up, and be inward. And,
yeah. That's how all gym is for me. Who the fuck goes to the gym to meet people? That is psychotic.
It seems strange.
That is so bizarre to me.
And it's especially if you're looking to date someone, which I'm not necessarily, but it's like yoga specifically is like here are people in slim clothing arranging themselves into some poses where their ass is in your face,
scandalous,
where they're twisting around, they're contorting them. It's so it's not only it's like a buffet of like, here are some people that you might be aroused
it's
by.
all you can gawk
and you can't talk.
yeah
All you can gawk and none you can talk. That's dating people at the gym,
right?
Trying to date people at the gym.
Even gawking is frowned upon. I'll gawk discreetly, but I would never hit on someone at the gym.
Well, if you're doing cow pose or maybe it's cat pose, you're literally on all fours and you're arching your back inward and your butt is, and if in a yoga studio where you're aligned in a grid, you're going to be looking at someone's fucking ass.
It's erotic. Like it's ridiculous to pretend it's not. Let's just be honest. And the whole thing is sexually charged. Whether or not we want it to be.
Yeah.
It's not your intention. It is. If you're a sexually healthy person,
Yeah.
And like part of exercising is to enhance your body anyway.
Right. We're all here because we want to feel sexier in a moment of courtship.
That's
Somewhat
not necessarily a motive for everybody, but
right. But
for most, it is at least a component, if not the primary driver.
Or someone would be like, and also there's this benefit, and they'd be like, well, yeah, I guess
that's
is.
cool too.
Yeah,
but I want to get more dick. I go to a poor person's gym, as I've said many times, where I think it would be especially taboo to try and hit on people at this gym, because people like, this is a gym that peaks around 5-6 p.m. when people are getting off work.
Mm-hmm.
I visited my friend in Kansas City who goes to a very rich gym. It's called Lifetime Fitness.
Oh yeah,
they have a few. They're around. He says his membership is like $300 a month.
Wow.
I went there with him a few times, and that gym is like a fucking social club. Like, people go there to meet people, like full of people just chatting.
Yeah,
like there's exercise happening, but it is an exhibition and very much a place to find a mate, which is very weird. It's like a club.
Where would you be right now? Would you be at the gym?
No, I like to go when the sun is down.
That's right.
No, I'd be right over there. Editing.
Right. That's right.
Editing Maddie Smith's new podcast.
Oh, good.
Very uninteresting answer, but interesting.
You'd be working.
I'd be working. Yeah, I got to work on the weekends. Well, this weekend anyway.
Your schedule is ever changing, work wise.
It's true,
right?
Yeah,
I guess so. Sometimes you're on the road. Sometimes you're at a venue.
It's true.
Sometimes you're editing on the weekends. Sometimes you're editing during the week.
It's in flux. It's constantly in flux.
Yeah.
I got to find pockets of time to do stuff. That podcast is really, I need to get them in edit by the end of the day, because their upload schedule is the same as ours. Probably
Wednesdays.
A little inspo there. I haven't disclosed to any of them that I also have a hilarious podcast that I do.
Really?
No.
But Maddie doesn't know already?
No, I mean, she wouldn't know. I don't share it to my other Instagram accounts, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to volunteer that information. At some point, maybe I'll say something about it if it comes up. But I feel like I don't think it's like it would be a huge awkward thing.
They're huge fans of yours.
Yeah, it's true. They probably. I don't know what they'd think.
Not that
It makes me a little insecure. You know.
Yeah, in this case specifically.
I feel like I don't like volunteering that I do a podcast to really anybody. But I feel like I'd be judged in a way that I don't want to be judged.
I saw you on the old Maddie Smith podcast that time of the week.
Right.
And the energy that I gleaned from it was like kind of, you know, when you're in high school and it's not like the most popular cheerleader girls that I'm describing, but there's girls in high school where they have clout, they're attractive, people put them on a pedestal maybe, but it's a specific subset of those girls where it's like they're on your side, like someone like us. It's like, no, we respect that person,
right?
And it's like they kind of let you into their club a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I'm thinking of a few people, and it was like it's a little infantilizing at the time, honestly, in a way that I was fine with. There was like a little cabal of girls that would like we would like have study hall together
in high school,
and it was like, so it was just like I get to be in their little clique for in a one specific sliver.
Jesse's one of the cool losers,
the cool girls. Yeah. Exactly. It's like, well, that's our study hall,
right? Like
guy.
you and your friends are getting stuffed in a locker, and these girls are like, not him.
Yeah, exactly.
Not my nerd.
That's kind of what it felt
Not
like
Jesse.
with you. But they gas you, like, yeah. But they also like gas you up. They're like, that's our guy. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't know if this is relevant.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
This, yeah.
I mean, like I get along with anybody. And
yes.
I'm a big fan of the Maddie Smith crew.
Yeah.
But you know, if it weren't for the circumstances, our paths would probably never cross.
Right.
I guess my main concern with telling them, or her, you know, anyway, that I have a podcast, her not knowing me as intimately as you do, or a lot of people. I'm more reserved because most of our relationship has been very professional.
Right.
She would just assume, like I would, of anybody telling me that they have a podcast, I'd first assume that it's bad. That it's like really dumb.
Okay, yeah, because more times out of 10 it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if I tell her that I do this thing, this creative endeavor, no matter what she says or how she reacts, which will be positive because she's not rude.
Right.
She will at first, at least initially, think, oh, I bet that's really cringy. And she may never even look at it. Mm-hmm. And so that'll just live in her mind. Like in the back of her, maybe not at the front, you know, she'll forget about it, but it'll still be there. She'll just like metabolize the idea that I'm kind of cringy now that I've told her that I do a podcast, even though it's obviously hilarious and very good. You got to do a little digging to realize that.
So just send her this episode.
Oh yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll clip this and shoot it over and then
tell all.
Rip the Band-Aid off. We're coming for her audience. Maybe we'll do a crossover episode at some time. That'd be great. Never gonna happen.
It would be great. Never gonna happen.
Probably not. We'll see. She's only a few episodes into the new one.
I don't know. This is how some of these things start. It just felt like on the episode you were on, they were like, "Oh my God, Michael's here!"
Michael,
you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
so tell us, like, you bought a house.
I'm like I'm like the fifth Beatle of that group.
You are George Martin, yeah,
pretty much. And I was the first male guest. It was very scandalous at the time. But yeah, no, I mean, like, it's great. I love them. They approve of me in general.
Yeah,
but they don't know everything. They don't know the Gummy Bears stuff.
That is her
She'd
humor.
love that. Yeah,
right.
That's an easy slam dunk.
Yeah. And she may have seen it.
I'll just text her
she
that.
Would tell you,
this is who I am.
Yeah. I'm sorry if you don't want to work together. That's the
thumbs up.
That's the text message sound.
Oh, right. Yeah. Very good.
Thanks. So you'd be working.
Yeah, be working, eating lunch, which we should do after this.
Okay.
Probably jerking it.
Yeah, every so often.
Yeah, it's the weekend. I gotta unclog my.
Save them. You save them for Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Friday night? No, that's the weekday.
No. Yeah, it's a work day.
12:01.
The weekends are for recreation. Gotta unclog your tubes. This is gross. This is vulgar. Unprompted.
So you're gonna cut that?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't say I was gonna cut it. But now that you're asking me if I'm gonna cut it, I'm probably gonna have to fucking keep it. God damn it.
But that means that it's more eligible to be cut.
But I usually keep things that I say I'm gonna cut, so it means I'm gonna keep it more. You introduced the idea of cutting it.
Yes.
True. But I think by just introducing the idea of cutting something, talking about cutting, and then
You're right.
not cutting it,
You're right.
That's good. That's funny.
Yeah,
We like
that's
that.
my fucking X factor.
That is
It's my
becoming like
template.
more of a trend, I think, in comedy podcasts. Like the Always Sunny people, I think, really brought that into the mainstream. Cut that, and then they don't cut it. If you listen to their podcast,
Oh, that's funny.
it's like
No, I haven't.
practically a catchphrase.
That's good.
So yeah, that's what we're doing.
It's smart and funny.
I think we should stop.
Okay.